Elon Musk is an idiot. I don't make that statement lightly, um, but yeah, let's talk about it. So, Elon Musk bought Twitter. Now, Musk has already had a following for years, um, a group of fanboy cheerleaders who pretend that he's some kind of genius and some kind of incredible inventor. He didn't actually invent anything. Um, Really, all Musk is a spoiled rich kid. Um, but uh, lots and lots of people have bought into his bullshit, and that has allowed him recently to buy an entire social media platform, a platform which uh, people sometimes, the wrong people, disseminate news. Um, that's a problem. It's a problem for individuals, people whom are just rich enough to buy these platforms. It's a problem for them to have control over the news and therefore the narrative. I don't think I need to explain why. Elon Musk has a number of toxic stances on very important things. And his propensity for supporting hate speech has uh, caused advertisers to suspend advertising on Twitter. Musk blames activists, but really it's just the advertisers being business savvy. Um, Here's the thing. When you openly support a political party that supports fascism, the Republican Party, um, and when you peddle debunked conspiracy theories, threaten to inflict Donald Trump on the users of your site, and start charging your users to use your service when your service used to pay your users for creating on said service, um, you're going to grab the attention of the people who make money without the help of their wealthy parents. Um, there are a lot of different reasons why the advertisers pulled out, but primarily um, it makes them look bad. Um, when when the second-rate Bond villain um, comes out and says, "Oh, we're going to let all the toxicity of humanity, um, we're going to let it loose on our platform." You have advertisers, when you're. Now I use Firefox, so I don't have to look at advertisements, but for the majority of people, they apparently don't have that, and so they're you know they have to see all that shit. But these advertisers, somebody says some slur or says something really offensive or perhaps dangerous, and and then you see an advertisement from some company. Um, the company becomes concerned that their their company, their image, might be in some way associated with that toxicity. Um, so it just makes sense from a business standpoint. And if Elon Musk were the true business genius that his um, fanboys pretend he is, then he would have known that already. He would have seen that coming and, you know, planned for it or just not done it at all. So, Musk attempted to spin the pullout of the advertisers due to activists as an attack upon free speech. So basically, Musk is saying, well, the advertisers pulled out, and people um, have been criticizing me, and so that's an attack against free speech. No, that is free speech. Companies have a right to pull advertising. That's one of the ways in which they're exercising their free speech. People have a right to counter bad ideas, bad policy. People have a right to call Elon Musk an idiot. That's free speech. That's them exercising their free speech. It's pretty clear that Elon Musk and the Republican Party don't have any interest in free speech. They only have an interest in hate speech and propagating their speech, which at this point is almost 100% synonymous with hate speech. Musk fired half of Twitter's workforce, many of whom worked to ensure the safety of its users and the integrity of the information it hosted. Basically, Twitter will no longer be able to effectively combat the misinformation that the right wing engages in, nor the misinformation attacks of foreign entities and governments. And there have been a number of news articles about this, but basically the biggest cuts were done to the people, the parts of Twitter that were integral to ensuring the integrity of the information that Twitter hosted. No surprise there, considering that for Republicans and Elon Musk, free speech requires a lack of accountability, morality, ethics, intellect. Yeah. Okay, so then let's talk about Musk's new idiotic verification feature. You can now buy a verification. Basically, it's a little check mark next to someone's name, which is supposed to signify that they are who they say they are. Now you can just pay $8 a month for it. Here's the problem. There's nothing in place to actually verify that you are the person you say you are. If you can simply buy a check mark, and therefore you can call yourself whatever you want, buy a check mark, and there's no further verification needed, well then, what is the purpose of the verification if it can simply be bought? Yeah. There are a myriad of reasons why this is a problem. And Elon Musk himself has already found out why and how it's a problem. See, the problem is that there's nothing to stop an individual, a governmental entity, foreign government, whatever, from creating an account, paying $8, and having that account look like that of whatever person they want to portray. So let's say that a foreign government wants to portray themselves as some elected official, some government official. Now all they have to do is pay $8, and they can spread massive amounts of misinformation. And there's nothing, if they look verified, then there are going to be people whom are going to believe that they are who they say they are. People who haven't been paying attention to this stuff. Now, that's kind of the more global problem. But what about on a personal level? How does this affect the non-celebrity users of Twitter? Well, Imagine that you have an enemy, someone who hates you, and they want to hurt you. Now they can create a profile under your name, verify it, and they can completely destroy your credibility. They can turn other people against you by posting horrible things on the internet. Steal a picture of you, pay $8 a month for a check mark. That's it. That's all it takes to potentially destroy someone's life. You know, let's say they say something horrible, racist, and people rightly have a problem with that, and they find out where you work. Now, you didn't say this, but the person, you know, they're verified as you. They said this, but somebody on the internet finds out where you work, they inform your employer, and your employer fires you because of what someone else said in your name. Again, what's the point in having a verification service if it means nothing, if it can simply be bought? All this can happen by simply paying $8. Now let's talk about user backlash against having to pay for verification. So the capitalist genius Elon Musk is shocked that people are upset about having to pay for something which was previously free. Yeah, imagine that. So Musk's response to the users of his site, and keep in mind, the users of the site are not plebes. They're not Elon Musk's slaves. Okay, they are the reason, the only reason that Twitter is successful. Twitter isn't successful because of the advertisers, it's because of the users, people who create content for the site. You piss them off, and guess what? You don't have a fucking site anymore, dipshit. A capitalist genius. Genius at work. So, Musk, of course, being the total and complete douchebag that he is, he summed up his users' complaints with a meme. A meme which it makes a lot of assumptions and it has a lot of built-in fallacies, but of course most memes do. So Musk's meme was basically saying that people are willing to pay $8 for a drink at Starbucks, but they're complaining about having to pay $8 for a checkmark next to their name. Apparently, the second-rate Bond villain and Chief Twit himself cannot figure out that the cost of the coffee doesn't continue after you drank it, and that coffee at Starbucks was never free. And at least a drink can offer you some kind of nourishment. Again, if, let's say you have someone who has a Twitter account that's really popular. Let's say that someone who hates this Twitter user decides, well, you know what, I'm going to create an account using all their information and just pay $8 and then I'll look like them. Again, what's the point of verification if you can simply buy it? And it's not just a one-time cost. It's $8 per month just to have a little check mark next to your fucking name. Who the fuck? I mean, the cost of fucking gas, the cost of childcare, the cost of housing, everything is so high. And this asshole expects people to pay $8 a fucking month just for a fucking check mark next to their goddamn name? You've got to be fucking kidding. This guy is the biggest fucking idiot. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so yeah. Alright, so that's the verification bullshit and how stupid that is. So, okay. Let's talk about Musk's interest in free speech. Recently, a bunch of people, including some celebrities, have made parody accounts to parody Elon Musk, to pretend to be him and basically call him out on all of his stupid shit. Musk has gone around and banned them, even though he had previously said that parody accounts were fine as long as they were labeled as such. And in fact, Twitter, that was one of their rules, that if you were parodying somebody, it had to say somewhere in the description that it was a parody account. Some of the accounts that Elon Musk had banned that were pretending to be him, they had put parody account all over the place, and he still banned them. So the guy who's so interested in free speech doesn't actually want to allow free speech when it negatively affects him. Okay, so great. Hypocrisy confirmed. Yeah, you know, Musk banning people who make fun of him. You know, it's like the right wingers who come out and say, "Oh well, if you call me a bigot, you're denying me free speech." You know, it's almost as though the right wings and Musk, since he is a right winger, it's almost as though their protestations of free speech are rhetoric, and that they're really just hypocritical crybabies. Musk's love of free speech is as fake as his hairline. Go look at old pictures of him, what he used to look like. Yeah. Here's the thing. Elon Musk proves that you don't have to be smart to be rich. Just hypocrisy. Complete and total hypocrisy. And it shows just how fragile these assholes' egos are. And that they really have no interest in free speech. They only want their speech to be free. They don't want yours to be free. Anyway, that's it. I do not have a Twitter account, and I refuse to. If you see me on Twitter, if you see my face, if you see the name of my channel or one of my other channels, it is not me. It is a fake account, and just disregard it because it's not real. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.